Hey guys, this is James. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't do this kind of thing, so this is going to be a little bit rough and raw, but I wanted an actual video of the Force USA C20. I'm going to give you a review on what I received and the condition I received it in. I'm also going to compare to my previous rack, which was a Prime Prodigy rack, and I also just touch of pros, cons, and I'd also like to start off by saying this is not for the people who lift rocks, boards, or they're just, if it functions and shows up, they're happy. This is for somebody who, hey, I'm spending a lot of money, and you know, which I do think $6,500 for a rack, plus I do have the bench as well. That's like $800, I believe it was. That's a lot of money for most of us, and we expected it to ride in a certain condition and function a certain way. That's who this is for. If you're kicking around, what am I, or what do I want? Is this going to be what I think it's going to be? Maybe this will give you a little better idea, because I know how to get my hands on it, and when it shows up, you know, you're kind of stuck with it. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start off on some of the negatives, since everybody else has kind of glossed over everything and covered all of the positive parts. So here, let's start with the negatives on this one. The paint. I have heard that Force USA is going to wait for feedback about how this compares to the powder coats and other types of finishes. I believe it calls electrostatic. From what I've seen, it takes next to nothing to go ahead and scratch this up. If you notice, I'm sure you've probably seen in the background, what's all that blue stuff everywhere? That's just blue painter's tape. I wanted to show all the imperfections this showed up with just out of the box. And by the way, this was professionally installed, everything. I did none of this myself. As a matter of fact, it has not, it's only had one real light workout on it. Everything just came a little bit scratched up, nicked up. There's also a little functional stuff I'll get into as well, but let's go ahead and start with the paint. If you want to come on in here, we'll just start right here since it's the closest one. Just obviously it's a you know, spot arm, but it's going to go ahead and get nicked up at some point. But this just showed up like this. Also, the arm up here came with that nick in it. Just some scratches here. You can follow me down here. Just little stuff all over the rack. Guys, side note, you need your assembly crew will need a special hammer when they get here. For some reason, my crew did not. They asked me for a hammer to borrow because they did not have a hammer to get this in here correctly. Right here, let's come on around. Pretty much all the buttons, or actually buttons or whatever you want to call them, have got some kind of scratches or imperfections or something on them. There's the J-cup. There's a funny story about the J-cup on the other side that I'll get to, as you can see here. Just little stuff all over. It's just little nicks. I know some of the stuff's very minor. I understand that, but you know, this is also very expensive. We got some stuff over here. On this side here, if you want to catch this, if you look at that cross-eyed, that will scratch. So don't think you're going to put anything on. I'm not really sure why that's not either chromed or stainless. That was definitely a misstep on their part. Okay, we're also going to go over some functional issues now. Nothing's a complete deal breaker, but things are off a little bit, and hopefully Force USA sees this and they're going to address this issue and fix it. As you see, like, why does this crazy guy have these two arms up so high that he wouldn't use them right there? Well, the reason why I did this is because I want to show the orientation of these arms are in the exact same position on each side. Same holes, matching on both sides. The reason why I did this is because on the camera, I know it's really kind of hard to see how off something is. So I'm going to have her come up under here and show you how these are not aligned at all. This one's lower, and also this one's further back. Will you go ahead and come up here and show them? Underneath, this one's physically touching. Once again, everything's exactly the same and mirrored on both sides. But on this side, we're not even, we've got almost a hand in between there now. And also, well, while we're up here, let's go ahead and cover this too. This is actually a real nice knurl on this handle. Now, this was the handle I showed earlier that was scratched. Now let's go ahead and come on to this one. There's like no knurling on this handle. I'm not quite sure what happened there. So that was completely left out. So hopefully that'll be addressed as well. Let's go ahead and move on to, this is kind of funny, the J-cups. So we showed earlier this one was a little messed up and it was boogered up here. I don't know if she got in there real good, but you want to show that? Okay, now this is how these function. They pull out. You want to step back? Thank you. And they go in. I don't love it, but it works. It works. These come in, and just so everybody's like, this idiot doesn't know how to work these things. I do. I mean, they work. Here's the funny thing. There's a mismade hole back here. I did not know that when I stuck this in. So this might be loud for a second, just to show. I literally still. I don't think that thing's ever coming out, honestly. I think that thing's there till they pick it back up. So, the hole visually is smaller. I did not see that when I stuck it in there, but it shouldn't be that way anyways. It shouldn't be something I should have to worry about. So, that they're going to address that. The company that I purchased this from is taking care of this. So those are the two major things that I've noticed on this rack. That obviously there's some problems with the holes. Things didn't come in quite right. I also want to point out some good things that I feel like should definitely be improved upon. If you want to come over here and show this again, just the quality of this stuff is just, this reminds me of more of a entry-level brand than what you're going to see on a high-end brand. Thank you. Also, what they could have did, it would have been nice to have some kind of numbering system. You can kind of look over and maybe kind of gauge, but I would, and this is how this works in case anybody is curious. I do like it. I do like this. This does, I've noticed this gets stuck sometimes. Not a huge deal, but this just goes up and down. It'd be nice to have a numbering system on there. The paint on this thing scratches instantly. Don't think that's ever gonna, I'm not sure why they didn't chrome or stainless steel that. What else can we cover on here as far as the function goes? Let me come, as far as these here go, they're pretty stable, but they're not, I mean, they're not going to be like the ones that lock in. So you are getting a little bit of play. Also, I'm not sure about this, what this is here. This does not seem to be the same type of material. This is like a cheaper plastic, it feels like. It might work out fine. I haven't used it yet. But I will say it feels like a harder, cheaper plastic than what I'm used to on the safety spotters. As far as other things, function, I haven't done a whole lot with it. To be honest, I was a little disappointed when it showed up, so I was kind of expecting a little bit more, and I didn't like just jump right on it like I thought I was going to. Let me show you. I mean, it is pretty smooth, and I do like the fact, positive, I love the fact that it sits up here and I don't hit my head on this thing. That is great. A potential negative for some people, and also for myself, this is definitely going to be this is an individual personal preference thing. I would have preferred these come out over the front and pull down from this section. Now, I understand why they did it. They did this so they wanted to use this as a bar to hold you down. I understand that. The problem with that is everything in here with these arms and everything, or anything that sticks out, it's going to hit when you connect the bar up here. So if it was out here hanging down, at least you'd be able to pull out, and it wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't be banging these things. So take it for what it is. The foot plate right here, the low row, it extends and telescopes out. That's pretty cool. It does have a little bit of a wiggle. Honestly, I find that completely acceptable in something like this. I don't have a problem with that. When you have weight on it, it's fine. It's not going to move around once you're actually set and ready to go. I do find more comfortable to be on the ground rather than they advertise, they angle that for the bench. I haven't found a way to make that bench comfortable to do a row on it yet. I'm still working on it, and that could be a personal preference user issue. cover just the weight stacks real quick. I got the upgraded weight stacks, 300 pounds each. And so 2 to 1 on the trolleys. So you half that, 150. You can get up to 600 pounds if you do like the leg press and everything else. I have not even tried that yet. I will say, as far as the weight stack goes, compared to my Prime Prodigy rack, this pales in comparison. It's really not close. This has got hard plastic kind of stoppers at the top, and it just kind of, it floats around, where the Prime Prodigy rack has it locked in, it can't move. It's on the bearing rollers. It's a whole different system. And obviously it's more expensive normally, so you would expect that. As far as other functionality goes, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I thought I was going to hate these pull-up bars. Turns out that's actually one of my favorite items. Really like those. You can move those anywhere, and they are very, very stable, extremely stable. You can do muscle ups, and whatever you want to do, they're not budging. And I thought, well, they didn't connect. I might want the whole bar. Turns out, no, it works out really good. You can move them wherever you want. They do get in the way, as you see in the arms, if you get the arms too high. And once again, they're only up there because of the orientation I wanted to show with the arms. On to the accessories now. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the good. The good is over here. The bars are not bad. They're not bad. I wish they had a little bit better bearings in them, but they're not bad. It's not bad. They're not bad. I wish it was a little smoother. They came a little bit with some scrapes and stuff on them, but honestly, all this is pretty acceptable. I really do. I like this little bar here, little curl bar. I've never been a straight bar fan, and even the low bar, the row bar, is good. So I would give those. I think those are decent. They're not rogue, but they're decent. That rope did come with it. You can go ahead and show that as well. That longer rope. That's the longest one I've ever had. Actually, for a rope, it's not bad. I don't use it a lot. Okay, so that's the good. Those aren't bad. When we get to the rest of this stuff now, this is where we go down real quick. I really just don't know what they were thinking here. I mean, I literally got stuff off of Temu nicer than this. I mean, you can just see they didn't even take time to even stitch it right, because even they knew nobody's using this. So, same thing here. That's got to be one of the cheapest bands I've seen, and about the same deal on the handles here. And I don't even know if this is real metal. This is like that cheaper. It feels like that Chinesium kind of stuff. I don't know. And for some reason, they give you like 1,000 of these things. I don't know why, but I mean, I don't know anybody that really likes spring clips. The last thing, I was hoping I was going to get those new ones, but I know they had a problem with them, and they send these out. You can get these off of like Temu for like $5. I mean, this is not a quality item here. So very disappointing on something you spent so much money on. They advertise they're giving you all these fancy extra gadgets, and you end up with basically stuff you wouldn't even want to buy anyway. The mag. Now this is decent. The mag pin's decent. It is magnetic. Now I will say that I will say this is already having an issue here putting that in there flush, which I did not know. Okay, in closing, would I purchase again? Probably not. I believe the quality doesn't quite match what the price is at this time. I'm hoping things change. For me personally, I wouldn't do this again. I would go a different direction. Even though I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm just saying it's okay for the price. It's definitely no deal. Anybody has any questions or anything? I know I didn't cover everything. These videos are already long. I didn't realize how long it was going to take to do this. Just hit me up, shoot me a private message.